All right, guys, so we're going to learn how to solve these trig problems now. So yesterday, in this interactive student notebook worksheet thing, we set up these three problems, right? So if you open that up, you should have gotten to this point. Now we're just going to take it one step further and we're going to learn how to solve. But guys, this is just basic algebra. So if you can set them up, solving should be fairly easy, okay? All right, so if we go back to example 1, this is how we set it up. Tangent of 65 equals 28 over A. Okay, now if you remember, we can plug this into our calculator and our calculator will give us the value of tangent 65. So make sure your calculator's in degree mode and then go ahead and put tangent 65 in your calculator and you should get roughly 2.1445. Okay, so I'm just going to substitute that in. So 2.1445 equals 28 over A. Okay, now remember, anytime you have a fraction, you always want to multiply both sides by the denominator. Okay, because what happens is that'll make those go away. So you get 2.1445 times A equals 28. And then from here, just divide 2.1445, divide by 2.1445. So if you put that into your calculator, you get A is roughly 13.06. Depending on how you rounded, maybe a hundredth more, maybe a hundredth less. Okay, so the length of this side over here is about 13.06. All right, so let's do another one together. Okay, so we have already set this up, right? Cosine of 47 equals 10 over D. Now remember, cosine of 47 is just some number, and our calculator knows that number. So if we put cosine of 47 in here, my calculator tells me cosine of 47 is roughly 0.682 about. So I'm going to plug that in for cosine of 47. Okay. Now, anytime we have a fraction, I want to get rid of it. So to do that, I multiply by the denominator, but I have to do both sides. So those go away. So 0.682D equals 10. Now to get D by itself, I just divide both sides, 0.682, 0.682. And when I do that, I get that D is roughly 14.66. Okay, so the length of side D, so the hypotenuse here, is roughly 14.66. All right, one last one here. Okay, so once again, I've already set this up. I've already done the hard work. I have that sine of 72 equals n over 50. Okay, and luckily for us, our calculator knows the value of sine of 72. And so when you plug that in, you should get roughly 0.951. That's going to equal n over 50. Okay, now this one's actually easier than the others because the denominator is a number. So same thing, we're going to multiply both sides by the denominator. So those go away. So I get 50 times 0.951 equals n. And guys, all I have to do is plug this here into your calculator. And I get that n is roughly 47.55. Okay, so the length of the opposite side, so the length of this side here, is 47.55. And that is how we solve using trig.